Hi everyone, it's Raid Kitty, and I'm here with my Raid Kitty S'mores, and today we're playing City Skylines. We are back in my collaboration Group 3 New England style build, where I'm building with a couple great creators from the City Planner Plays Discord channel. If you caught my last video, I completely and utterly messed up the traffic before swooping in and fixing it. Let me tell you, when a traffic does not need to be helped, don't help it. I am going to be building a fairground, which is why we are staring at this nice, big, empty lot. We're going to be putting in kind of a county fairground here, where it's going to be multi-use. Things I'm imagining include a riding stable, some type of concert hall or production stage, potentially a track, so you can have animals running on the track, you know, horse races, dog races, that kind of stuff. And it's not going to be completely filled out because things are going to change, but I do want this to be an active area. So the first thing I'm going to do is delete some trees. So we're going to turn our brush size up and we're going to go to town. Okay, that should be all the trees, other than that little bit I accidentally took out there. And I was really careful not to take down this nice line of trees over here by the farm that Joy built. So the first thing I'm going to kind of do is figure out where I want this fairgrounds to come. So this is a little like 2-lane country road. I want to make sure that I don't over traffic this area. What is this? Is this a highway? This is a highway. So the highway is going to be nice because we can pull traffic in. But the first thing I'm going to do is actually look at my terrain. Oh, look how nice and flat that is. I'm going to pull that down a little bit. So, oh, that's the opposite way of what I thought it was. That's okay. So then what I'm going to do is to smooth it out. We're going to click there. I'm just gonna run. Ooh, that's a little big and a little strong. No, it's not quite big enough. I'm indecisive. For this, size does indeed matter. Okay. So I'm just gonna kind of bring that down a little bit. It's not pretty at the moment. And then I'm going to smooth it out. And we'll just not run the fairgrounds over here. Okay. Honestly, I can kind of deal with that. This I actually don't mind as much because it's like a nice berm before they come up. So let's go ahead and draw in the main portion of the fairgrounds. So this is kind of acting as a collector here. I do want, so these fairgrounds I still feel like should be a little bit more rural. And so here's what I'm thinking. Over kind of, I want the main part of the fairground to be here. And I kind of want it to sprawl. And every time I've been to like a fair area, there's kind of a huge RV parking area, a nice big parking area. And I feel like that would just make it kind of realistic. So this is a interchange over this highway, right? 2-lane country road. But I think they turned it into a highway with the speed. Yeah, okay. So we're actually just going to run this country road straight down. And so we're gonna want, oops, I don't want whatever signs and signals I just put in. Let's delete that. Oh, it didn't put any. I do want a stop sign there. They need to come to a complete stop before exiting. And then we're gonna run, I think, the fairground to about there. Okay, so for right now, this is kind of the size of the fairground. I think I'm gonna do is we want people to be able to come in, but I feel like usually when you come into some type of fairground, you have like a toll before they're allowed in. So you know what we're gonna do? I don't want them to turn directly into the toll. If we force everyone this way and put the toll in, maybe in there. And this would be where they could pay to park, two-way toll booth, one-way toll booth. You know, you're gonna get your, come on. There we go. You know, you're gonna get your parking pass, you're gonna check in, and then you're gonna work back into here. I think I'm gonna make this a little 4-lane road and then back down into a 2. So, well, I guess a 3-lane because I don't really have a 4-lane one way. And then down into a 2 so they can kind of taper off. Okay. And so hear me out. I think I want people to not be able to exit this direction. I think with asking the traffic to flow, you know, when you come in, you know, you come in and you park and you don't want people passing each other. There's going to be traffic being directed around, and I think it's nice to be able to have them go here, park. There's going to be a couple roads that run through that aren't going to be capable of traffic, so people are going to have to make this loop all the way around, and I think that that's okay. So I'm sorry that I missed posting a video. My video schedule right now, I'm still trying to figure out how much time I can put into doing this kind of stuff. I'm working on a couple other projects that I just haven't had time to edit, and I've just been really stressed lately. There's a lot going on. So, you know, I'm trying really hard to make sure that I'm putting out some good content, and I want to make sure that everyone gets the videos that they come here for. And so I'm going to try and go back to a more regular schedule soon, but it's going to take a little bit. Okay, so now they come in and they can go this way. So let's throw some parking in. And yes, this is going to be a lot of parking. I understand that, but events like this need a lot of parking. And so I think by doing that, it'll be a nice big parking area for this entire fairground. Because if you look at this, so this only holds, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 24 citizens. So 24 times 7. Oops, 24 times 7 is 168. So times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Roughly times 7. So that's like 1,100 people total. And even though in City Skylines this isn't going to be that much, we're never probably going to get 1,100 people here. That's going to allow for a little bit more realism. It's going to look like these people are filled out. You'd have some parking for the people who are working. You'd have parking for, you know, RVs. You'd have all that kind of stuff. And so I feel like it's really important to spend the time to put this in there. So I think I'm going to actually just run this all the way across. Oops, that's a little off. I think that's better. Turn on my road guidelines. Perfect. Oh my goodness. Let's move these over just a little bit. And move this over just a little bit. Perfect. Okay. So now that we have all of our parking down and people are paying to come in, I want to make sure, yeah, that it's I like the $1, so let's just crank that up 2 to 4. Okay, so now the other thing I want to make sure is I want to run some pathways for people. So they have parked. So now I'm gonna use my pedestrian paths, and I'm just gonna use, let's see, do I want to use gravel or do I want to use paved? I think I'm gonna use paved for the main stuff and graveled for additional. So now that they've parked, I want them to be able to come in. I'm gonna turn on all my guides. I want everyone to be able to come in from here, and they're gonna use these two entrances, and I might even make a third right there. And they're gonna walk up and into a fenced, like a park fence. So let's see the type of park fences we have. So we have the main park gate. So that one's gonna have that. I don't mind the fairground one, but I don't necessarily want to say Chirpy Land on it. The zoo one might be really nice, other than the fact that it says zoo. National Park. Okay, so I think we're just gonna go with the park gate because it has the least amount of like decals on it. My cat is all up in everybody's business. Hi, kitten. What are you doing, baby girl? Oh, she's eating on my microphone. Don't eat on my microphone. All right, perfect. So we have a little park gate here. So I'm gonna draw out. I'm gonna draw out this park. Okay, so now that that's drawn, I kind of like the bird song, so I'm gonna just go bird song fairgrounds. And so we've charged them parking, and what would you normally charge for a county fair? I think $10 is a fair estimate. As far as policies, we're gonna make this a main park. We want them to celebrate with lots of fireworks and even more fun. We're gonna have a couple different buildings in here. But I don't know that we're gonna have any nature reserve buildings. Cost 50 cells a week. Not gonna be that one. Okay. So we're gonna throw some advertising campaigns on there. I'm gonna go in. We're gonna fence in this park. Okay, so now that we've run a fence all the way around to protect people from walking into the road and also to protect people or protect the park from having people come in, I think we're ready to get this fairground started. So a couple of things that I think of when I think of a fairground is you have lots of rides, but you also have like ramadas and lots of places to sit, places to go, things to see. So I downloaded an asset and I don't know where it is, so let me take a quick look. Yeah, from King Leno. It's an outdoor, I'll just set it here and we can move it. It's like an outdoor sunken in stage, which I thought was pretty neat. So one of the things I want to make sure is that I give that a pretty prominent area. You know what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to draw just a path so we can stick all of the must-haves on there. So I want a stage. Okay. And I want... Interesting. Some of this we're going to have to use our imagination for, but I want it riding stables. Because I feel like that's kind of something that you would see here. Almost like they're getting ready. This is where your, like, not libero, your barrel competitions, I don't quite know, would be taking place. And then we can build a beer garden. Let's see what else. Of course, we're going to need some stuff from here. You know, like a Ferris wheel, some of these games. I think that'll be a lot of fun. Okay. So right in the middle, actually, I think I want the main stage. So I want people to be able to come in. Space already occupied. It's okay. That's okay. Can I attach? Ooh, you know what I might be able to do? Let me see if I unlock this. And what happens if I just upgrade that? Nope. Well, we'll just see what that does. We'll see if people can enter this park. Alright, so I think I kind of want the main area to be over back in here, where we're gonna have the, let's see, okay. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. That's okay. Okay, so that'll give me a decent starting point for where a 90 degree is, because we're gonna be slightly off from the highway, which was not my initial plan, but that's okay. So let's re-stick that fence back in. Perfect. All right, so with our main area back here, I see a couple of different things. I see this is where like the main shows are going to be. This is where the concert hall is going to be. There could be a big ramada. This is where most of the big events are. The things, you know, the concerts, the things that you come to see. And so that's where I'm thinking that this bird song sunken outdoor theater is going to be placed. So I want it to have its own prominent area back in here. And if I had the concert DLC downloaded, I would definitely be using that asset. But I think that for now, this is okay. And other things I see back here would be the riding stables. Because these are kind of like horse stalls. So let's go ahead. That's horse stalls. And this is the bird song fair, outdoor stage, and theater. Yeah, so I do think I'm actually going to go ahead and extend this and put a second tourism, there we go, riding stable. Just a little bit of room in between. Leave that road. I'm just going to bring it onto the other side. And in between there, we're going to go ahead and put a path so people can walk down the sides and see their horses. So this is horse stalls. Perfect. Okay, so we have our horse stalls and we have our main area here. Now over on this side, let's see what kind of sports fields we have. So it would be kind of like an arena. I don't know if people have ever been to like the Renaissance Festival, but occasionally you have jousting and things of that nature, which is really, really cool. I think something like the track and field stadium, I know that's a college asset, but I think that there's something about it that's just gorgeous. And that does kind of put this to shame, but I think it'll look good because well, the sports arena might be kind of nice too. But do I want to waste a unique building? Much more enjoyable. Let's see. Would I rather have an outdoor stadium? So the issue with this one is you can see it's track and field. I think this one has a more unique vibe where you can't quite tell what its purpose is. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to place that down. So now this is where we have our main area, and we're definitely going to fill it in later with some detailing. And I think I'm going to add, there we go, gravel. Connect that. Connect that. Nice. I think I'm gonna do the same thing here. Around the back. And we're gonna connect it at the same place there and across. Kind of make it some sort of symmetrical. Alright, I know, you guys need water and you need power. I know. So right now this kind of pales in comparison, especially to these two, but I think it'll be a good thing. So this is going to be the arena. This is going to be the activities arena. Perfect. So then other things that I think of when I think of fairs is lots of food, lots of rides, things like that. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do is we're just going to run this all the way straight. And at about there, I'm going to make a little Ramada. And then in the middle, I'm going to put some little Ramadas for eating. Is there a big, like, pavilion? No, not a big one. That's okay. So I think if we paint the inside of this... I don't have surface painter. That's odd. I always have surface painter. I don't have surface painter, and I just flooded everything. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Okay, well, at least it's going away. Alright, so we're going to make this a nice little eating area for people. So in order to do that, I do want to add some of the gazebos. Let me see, so... yeah, there's not really a whole lot in here that I can add. But I can lay down tiles, which I'll do with the editing. So I want one, like, right in the middle. And then... we can add a few around the outside. And I feel like this kind of falls into my editing my episode where I want to do all the detailing, but you know, that's okay. And I'll run some stuff in there. So this is just kind of a rough estimate of what I want. All right. So now I'm thinking we're gonna have a couple different areas. I want something where I can have big rides and things like that. So I'm thinking the rides, I want kind of close to the highway. I want people to be able to see it from really far away. So I'm thinking I want the rides right over here. This is gonna get people excited. It's gonna be, you know, the big main thing that people are like, oh my gosh, I want to go do the big Ferris wheel, you know? Draw some attention. Okay, so things that I want in here. I want to make sure we get lots of activities. So up near the front is going to kind of be the little kiddie area. A lot more of the tame rides, things like that. So I want to have a route that runs that way. And let's start by putting in some teacups and pigs. All right. So I'm gonna leave this as kind of a buffer. I'm gonna do that on both sides. So we can have some landscaping and give, you know, the rides and stuff. Maybe have some festival tents and stuff there. So let's go into our amusement park and see what we have. So we have the amusement park plaza. I don't really think we need. Don't know that we need the cafe. Probably a souvenir shop. Bathroom is good. But I more want to focus on game booths at the moment. You know what I want actually right up front is going to be info booths on both sides. So people can walk in and can immediately get info if they choose, pay for their tickets, that kind of stuff. And they get right in and they get all the information they need. Where are these guys going? SUV, going to Gazebo 1. Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad people can get in. That's what that shows me. The driving through it is a little uncomfortable, but they can get in. Okay. So I think I want like a little kiddie area right up here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start with a Ferris wheel, merry-go-round. There we go. So in the actual parks, we have a little carousel park, which I think would be a really cute little asset to have maybe as a main attraction in the little kid area. So I want the little kid area to stay here over. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do is I want the carousel to be the main attraction, and I kind of want it here. A little bit further down. And that puts this kind of in the center of everything that we are building for this. All right, so run that there, run that there, and that gives the carousel a nice prominent location. So now, up right as they get in, I want some game booths. Got to make that moolah. So in the parks, we're gonna go to the amusement park. And how many game booths? We have game booth 1 and game booth 2. So I'm thinking almost this entire length on both sides. I want games, but I think I want them kind of spread out. So I'm gonna change my mind. I'm gonna put a small circle of games over here and a small circle of games on the other side. There. And then to even this out, I'm going to bring both of these down a little bit. Perfect. So I love the idea of having some games kind of sprinkled throughout. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to copy this. I'm going to put another set there. And then we're going to run that up there. I'm going to put one more set right here. And one, I think right there, but I don't want any on this side. Okay. So now we have some variety of different games. We have a carousel. And you know what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to move this. I'm going to move this down, and they're just going to have a double set of games right there. Perfect. Okay. So now other things that are kind of in the kiddie center of things. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to stick a bathroom. So let's go in and do the... Yeah, park bathrooms. So we'll put one on each side by the... There we go. On each side of the carousel. And actually, I guess I could have done that there, but I'm okay with that being far enough away. I want one down by these games, so that's 3. And we'll make sure to put another one over here. And I feel like maybe one right by the entrance is kind of nice. And then on the other side... Actually, over here, we're going to put in the park souvenir shop. And this could be You know, right as they're getting ready to leave. It could even function as somewhere where the people playing these games can go and actually redeem these. And so you can see the souvenirs as you walk in. And I think that that's a good thing, is to have it right here as you come in to this little park area. All right, so the next thing we're gonna do is let's put in the piggy train. And I kind of want the rides away from all these games. So I want the ride somewhere in here. So I'm gonna take this, we're gonna run that down. Run that up. Piggy train. And we'll do another carousel. Of course I could have done the bigger carousel. And you know what? I'm gonna actually delete that because I forgot that there's a carousel asset here. And that looks really nice in the center. I like that it's a little bit bigger. Okay. So, ooh, rotating teacups. All right, so with these, I'm gonna place them kind of right in the middle here. Put one there and one there. You know, we are missing a little bit of uniqueness between the types of rides that we're gonna be having here, but I think that that's okay. We're just playing pretend. We're working with what we got. And I think bumper cars. So we got the two rotating ones there. We have games and games. I'm gonna put some of these down when I detail. So let's go ahead and put... I like the idea of just having one piggy train. I think the swinging boat is a little bit too much for kids. I am, however, going to put a climbing frame in because I think all kids need a good climbing frame. I feel like I'm leaving this area really nice for a Ferris wheel. So we have these, and I'm actually going to go ahead and we're going to just copy those, turn them around, and put them there. Very nice. We got a piggy train. I'm going to move that a little bit. What do I want on the other side of the piggy train? Well, I probably want somewhere for the parents to just relax, bring their kids down here, let them ride some rides. So what if we were to put in a nice little plaza? So we have the Zoo Plaza. We have the Park Plaza. Okay. Not quite feeling the Park Plaza. What I might actually do is use a couple of the plazas from here and give them somewhere to sit. That's a little better. It's a little better, and then we can extend it that way. And that gives the parents somewhere to chill where the kids are playing and doing their thing. Oh my gosh, there's so much traffic. I'm gonna have to fix that. Okay, and finally in this area, we're gonna put the Ferris wheel. And again, I want the Ferris wheel to have a nice prominent spot. So then what that means is we're gonna have to run some paths around it. A little bit more. A little too much. A little bit too not enough. Alright, so what I'm actually going to do is do that, that, and that. It would be really cute if they had a log ride. Alright, so the Ferris wheel has a nice little place. I can decorate around there. What do I want here? I feel like there's maybe not enough games, but I think once we get some... I already put bumper cars in, didn't I? Did I not put bumper cars in? I didn't put bumper cars in. I thought I did. Okay, well, the bumper cars are gonna go. We're gonna put one there. And actually, I'm gonna back it up, give it some room, and I'll show you guys why when I do the detailing. There, and we're gonna put one more set of bumper cars. And actually, what I might do is mix it up and put a bumper car and a spinning teacup. And And then I'm gonna put the spinny teacup over by the bumper cars. I'm gonna put one more thing right there. Let's go into the park. I already did the climbing frame. What about the zoo? Nothing too crazy in there. But what if we gave the kids a little bouldering site, somewhere to go climb, have a good time? Ooh, you know what? This kind of looks like a jungle gym. They're really small. But I think if we add the rocks, then I was just thinking of like Disneyland where they have Tarzan's tower. How cool it would be to allow them to kind of climb on the lookout towers and see what's going on around here. Very, very cool. I'm gonna run a small path out here for them. Like that. Perfect. Alright, so I think the kiddie area is looking good. We're still missing something here, but I'm thinking we can put some snacks. So let's go ahead and put down... Let's put down a cafe. So we're gonna corner that one. And put a plaza. And the plaza is right across from the games. There could be some other small shows there. So this is going to be the kiddie center plaza. Kiddie zone. Kiddie zone. Alright. Kiddie cone. Kiddie zone. And this is where all the kiddie shows are going to take place. So what that means is I'm actually going to want an info booth next to here. And if I remember correctly, there's actually... Yeah, something like this. And then they have kiosk, info terminal. Let's see what this looks like. Oh, that's kind of neat. We'll have to put some of these in. We'll put like a little info booth there. And you know what? This might be where people can buy tickets for the games. They can look and see what time the rides are and the stuff close. That kind of stuff. Okay. So now that we have our kiddie zone done, I think it's time to move on to our more big kid rides. So we have this nice Ferris wheel here, but what if, I wonder... Oh man, I was hoping to have like the London Eye unlocked to instance of an airport. Ooh, that might be kind of cool to have in there. Okay. So now let's go ahead and let's work on the big kid area. I might actually try and unlock the London Eye. So I'll be right back. So I successfully unlocked the London Eye. The prerequisites for the London Eye were 2 instances of the airport. The reason I didn't keep that on camera was because I didn't know if there was additional requirements, and I didn't want people to have to sit there and watch me try and figure out what I'm doing. So I'm going to place, I think, the London Eye as the main attraction here. So I don't think there's anything wrong with 2 Ferris wheels. And look, you got a small Ferris wheel and a big honkin' Ferris wheel. And again, I think the Ferris wheel would make a really neat attraction right about there. Oh my goodness, imagine that. It's a crazy fairground. All right. So we're gonna run that way. And just like all the others, we're going to make this the prime and main attraction, which means putting it in its own prominent locale. So now I want to include some other rides. I know it seems like I'm building a theme park, but I promise this is going to turn into a fairgrounds. Because you have the rides, and then we're going to have some like petting zoos and farms and things over here. And then as we get back here, it's going to be more of a festival ground with some tents. There's going to be lots of food. There's going to be some markets It's really gonna come together, I promise. And you know what? This might actually need to be a multi-part episode where I continue growing this fairground. So I think I'm gonna actually change my mind here. I think I'm gonna take a couple episodes to build this entire fairground. And that means that I can do detailing while I'm doing this, which I think would be a huge benefit to everyone involved. Oh, let me turn up the time a little bit. It got a little dark. Perfect. Because coming back for a B episode where I just add detailing would be kind of cool. Okay. Now that I'm done making decisions while recording, let's go ahead and add a couple more rides. So I think a roller coaster, it wouldn't be super common, but I think it would be really neat. So again, I don't really want them right on the road. Because all the fairs I've been to, you kind of have to like walk off to go. Oh, look at that. This is one heck of a county fair. Holy cow. All right. I'm going to add back behind here. I don't really necessarily want anything in front of it as far as like big rides. So let's add that there. Connect my paths here and there. Okay. So I have added those roads to give this some space. We've added the roller coaster and the swing. I think on the other side here, the haunted house can be both a more of like a kid and an adult ride, or a small kid and big kid ride. So I think I'm gonna put it here. I'm gonna put it in the middle, and we're really gonna decorate out this area. I think that that would be really cool. Okay. So I've placed that, and I'm actually going to go ahead. Adult kids like bumper cars too, so we're going to place a couple rides. I think it's important to imagine these not necessarily always as the rides they are, but instead as a multiple variety of rides. It's just with the DLC, it only comes with a couple, and we're using our imagination, and I think that that is the most important thing. All right, the last major ride I want to put over here is the drop tower. And the drop tower can go with the roller coaster, and then that leaves this area out here for the Ferris wheel. And you know what? I'm actually gonna add. Prometheo Flame's cooking something downstairs. Oh, I wonder if he's starting dinner. Ooh. Okay. But I am also gonna add some games here, so I'm thinking of making it. Let's do that one. Oops, that's the one I just did. So I've always kind of wondered if I could make these a circle and have them work. But it's not looking like it because of where the entrance to the game is. So if I ran, this is where anarchy is going to come in. If I ran a road just like that, okay, that does in fact count. Awesome. So now that I know that, I'm gonna take this, let's select those, we're gonna add. Perfect. All right, so that's looking really, really nice. I have some games in. This is gonna get all decorated out. I got a drop tower. We got the haunted house. Got tons of little games and stuff over there. So really the last thing I wanna make sure over here is that I add a bathroom and some place for the adults to sit. So I think we're gonna add some plazas. Okay, and then let's add our bathrooms. I smell toast. I think that's toast. I don't know what that is. I'll have to go down and ask him. Park bathroom. Okay, so we're gonna put a bathroom right there. I'm gonna put one on the other side. We'll put it by that ride over there. I think that's actually quite it. We got I think we got 5 bathrooms. Yeah, I think so. I think we have 5 bathrooms. So I think I'm going to call this area complete. And I'm going to start detailing. And I think at the very end, when I'm done detailing, I'm going to run you through what I've done in this area. And I'm going to wait to detail this area for another time. But I think for today, I am going to stick with just detailing this area. I'm super excited. I hope you really like this, and I'll catch you again when I am done detailing. Okay, everyone. Well, that only took me several hours, and I think that this little corner at the beginning of the fairground has really, really come together. We have the London Eye showcasing as the very, very big Ferris wheel. I put in a little hedge maze over here with an entrance and an exit. We have lots of ramadas, lots of places to sit, a lot of snack bars, tons of restrooms and places to buy souvenirs. We made a nice little scary haunted house of horrors. And overall, I just really like the way that this corner's come together. We used the bouldering site with several lookout towers. One thing that I want to cover really quick before I head out is I had replaced the main path through the fairgrounds main gate with a pedestrian road. And I began noticing that my visitor count was not increasing even though there's people going through the gate. And so I tried to replace it with a pathway, and that did not work either. So I ended up just having to reset the gate. So if you have Unlock It, or I guess Touch It, or the Network Multi-Tool, don't replace your park gates with roads. It will not work. And then I was having issues with, of course, trash and other things, and so not being able to have the roadway there made that a little bit difficult. So I have a little tiny workaround that I'm not super proud of. So if you have any suggestions in the comments, let me know. But I made this tunnel here. Let's see if I can go underground. I'll just use Move It and go underground. So this tunnel runs all the way under, so that way they can skip the toll, and it brings them back up and pops them in the parking lot. And one of the reasons I did it is the parking lots are really the only way that you can use a non-one-way road. And so they can go around, and if they want to, they can turn around up here and leave. I also put a local police and fire service. Again, it is on the one-way road, but it immediately dumps them into here so that they can go up and under. I'm really hoping that pedestrians don't use this, because then I'm really going to start losing some people, but that's okay. So this video, I ended up skipping. Oh, I love the hot air balloons. Let's take a quick view. Oh, minus their faces. I think that this is just gorgeous. I can't wait to see what it looks like. But I didn't end up including any of the detailing in this video. If you want to see more of an in-depth detailing video, you should check out the next video. So I think after, excuse me. I think after doing some thinking and really realizing how long this video is going to take, I mean, I've been working on this, I think, for 5 hours now. It's going to be a very long build. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to release this will be episode 5, and then I'm going to release like a 5B, which is just going to be detailing. And then the 6 will be doing this area, 6B will do the detailing, etc., etc. So if you liked this video, please feel free to hit that like button, leave me comments with any suggestions, names, you know, if you have a better name than Birdsong Fairgrounds, let me know. I love feedback and suggestions, so please just spam them to me and I will read them all. And if you're not subscribed and you're interested in seeing more of my content, including additional videos of the CollabTown Northeast, or even my Sandela Desert build, or other games, please feel free to subscribe. And I'm going to take a quick view around and just show you guys this gorgeousness. Look at how awesome some of this is looking. Well, we'll make sure to do a cinematic at the end of the next one, but I will see you all on the other side.